Because of the ongoing need for social distancing, we aren't able to gather for an evening of reflection at St. Joseph Academy as we'd planned to this week. But in light of all that's going on in our world, we still wanted to offer a few thoughts for your reflection and hopefully your consolation this Holy Week. So as we think about the transition from Lent into Easter, we're aware of the changes that are also taking place in the natural world. So I'm outside here in my backyard. You can hear the birds and you'll probably see a few squirrels running around. There are signs of new life all around us. And we are blessed in this part of the world to witness these changes during the Easter season, when we as Christians celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead and the creative power of God to bring new life out of death. Our CSJ commitment to recognizing our integral relationship with Earth leads us to recognize that by paying attention to the natural world, we can not only grow in love of God and all creation, but we can also gain insight into ourselves. And so in this time today, I want to invite you to think about the seasons of your own life spiritually and the things that keep you rooted and grounded throughout the changes that take place. Like other parts of the natural world, our spiritual lives are not a monotonous, steady state, but are also in constant motion, like the seasons of Earth. We experience times of darkness and dryness and cold, as well as times of warmth and growth and fruitfulness throughout our lives. By recognizing these things and maybe seeing them in light of the seasons of creation, we can let go of the expectation that things will be comfortable or predictable, or that we're in control. It can bring us to not only prepare for the harsher seasons of our lives by knowing where to find warmth and shelter in friendship and prayer, but can also give us the consolation of knowing that this too shall pass. What I'd like to suggest today is that while we find some seasons more pleasant than others, each of the seasons of our spiritual lives has something to offer to our growth. Again, much like the seasons of the natural world. We might look at a bare tree, like the ones behind me, and see something bleak or even lifeless. But the stillness and darkness of winter is in fact a time of rest, which is as important to the health of a tree as the long, warm days of summer. Many trees will become exhausted if they're exposed to constant sunlight or warmth, just as we do when we're deprived of rest. Dropping leaves in the fall is not only provides protection and greater safety during winter storms and freezing temperatures, but also allows trees to rid themselves of waste, which can be toxic if they're retained. Perhaps something similar can take place in our own spiritual lives when we go through seasons of disappointment or loss or darkness. These times require us to let go of the things that do not serve us and encourage us to look inward and return to our roots. I believe that there's a great amount of spiritual wisdom that we could learn by looking to the ways that trees grow and are nourished and support one another. But in what's left of this brief reflection, I just want to invite you to an imaginative prayer exercise. I encourage you to close your eyes and imagine yourself as a tree. Or if that seems strange, you might picture a tree that's familiar to you, maybe one in your yard or one that you see from a window. In any case, try to be concrete and specific. How tall are you? Are your branches straight or curving and twisted? Where are you planted? What season is it for your spirit right now? Are your limbs bare or in flower or full leaf? Picture the color and shape of your leaves. Once you have an image in mind, focus on your roots. What anchors you? What nourishes and sustains you throughout the various seasons of your life? take a moment to give thanks for your roots. And then think about your trunk, the core of who you are. What values and commitments center you? What strengths or opportunities have allowed you to grow, to branch out, and offer shelter to others? Give thanks for this center, your core, the trunk of who you are. And finally, think about your uppermost branches and leaves, your growing edges, the risky and vulnerable places in your life. Give thanks for these budding branches, your aspirations and hopes, and the ways that you are growing towards the light. I'd like to encourage you to spend a little more time with this exercise, with this image. Maybe write about what you thought or felt, or even draw a picture of your tree self. If you found this challenging, or if not, you might still want to get out for a walk. See what you notice when you're among the trees. Or check out some of the other resources that I am offering along with this video. In any case, may God bless you and those you love throughout this week and Easter season as we celebrate the new life that God calls us to in His Son, Jesus Christ. And may you remain ever rooted in God's love and reaching always toward God's light.